Right guys, this is a video to kick off the channel. This is a lovely little 11th century to 13th century bottle top stopper, and it's cast from bronze. The bottom end would have been mixed with a copper, and what these would have been used for would have been to put on top of bottles. Now this particular type of bottle stopper would have been used probably for a bottle of poison or something like that, something quite toxic. And the reason you've got the devil head would have been a more of a protector. And a lot of people would say, well, why would you use something like a devil head? And it's the same thing when you go to cathedrals and you walk into a cathedral. Just before you walk in, if you look at the top of the top of the doors or high up on that cathedral, you would have goblins looking down. And what they used to do, goblins were usually put there to warn off other demons, which I didn't know at the time. I mean, when I bought this home, my partner looked at it and it literally creeped her out. And I posted this on a few other sites. They said, oh, I would not like that in my house. But you know, when you actually research these things, you know, they were actually more as a protector. So obviously it'd be on top of the bottle of poison or something toxic, and it would stop people using it, you know, just in case they would have congested it or remind them what's in the bottle. But look at the craftsmanship on that. Absolutely amazing. But you're looking at 11th to 13th century, latest I'd say is 14th century. But the detail on that is just amazing. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. I mean, it needs a bit more of a clean. This is quite a few years old, this find. But they really did know how to make things. Pretty amazing, really. So there you have it. 11th to 14th century bottle stopper, and you don't usually see these very often. Amazing how they would have crafted something like that, you know, so long ago. But yeah, absolutely amazing. So always remember, when you find things like this, don't always assume the worst. You know, people always think, oh, you know, that gives me the creeps. I wouldn't want that in the house. It gives me, you know, it might give me bad luck and that. It's not always the case. And that's why when you do go to these old buildings and cathedrals, you know, when you look up and you see these goblins and devil heads, they're usually there as protectors, to warn off other demons. They create a good demon to warn off the bad demons, if you kind of understand what I'm getting at. And that's why in medieval times there was, you know, quite common to see things like this. And that's why when you go to these old cathedrals, you see these goblin heads, goblins looking down from the windows or high up on the top part of the cathedral, or sometimes you even see them inside the cathedral. And that's why you always see those. You know, there we go. Over and out.